Hi, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, fantastic souls. How y'all doing today? Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm bringing you a video reading for a karmic pairing. And it's going to be for Scorpio and Capricorn. Now, guys, when I usually do this, I don't usually designate a sex, but we can. And the viewer that requested this would have liked to see this as a female Scorpio and a Capricorn male. Okay, so karmic relationships, guys. Karmic relationships, we often get them confused with our twin flame relationships, and they are very, very difficult relationships. We know that they are toxic, okay? They repeat patterns. It goes in a cycle. You try to leave each other, you find each other right back with each other. They're addictive, destructive, toxic, controlling, okay? They feel like they're destined or meant to be, but it's like it fools us, okay? Because we really have to pay out that karma and sort of move on, okay? Because they're really not meant to be. Rather chaotic. And definitely for life lessons, okay? Sometimes we finish with a karmic relationship and then we get to meet our twin, okay? Or we get to go back to our twin if we've already met our twin. So what we're going to do here is sort of like the way I do my twin flame videos, but we're going to get some information about, you know, your traits, your feelings, sort of those things, healing that's needed, why this relationship happened or is happening. What is the lesson that you can take away from it, the lesson for you? Same thing with our male Capricorn here. And then we're going to talk about the types of karma and why it cannot last, okay, or why it's not meant to last, and then advice to move on, okay? So let's pull some cards out here. So our Scorpio. I feel like our Scorpio believed this to be a twin flame union. I feel like she believed it to be, because we're getting the Lovers and we're getting the World, okay? I feel like she thought, oh, this is my twin. It feels right. Maybe this is my twin. A lot of the traits that her Cappy had related to what she felt was twin flame union. But I feel like she figured out that it wasn't, okay? And not quickly, but quick enough. And now I feel like she feels sort of stuck with this sort of debt, maybe, that she feels, transpired between the two of them, okay? I feel like if this relationship is over, she's definitely reflecting back on it, and not in a good way. It's reflecting back on it almost like she has PTSD from this relationship, okay? It caused her a lot of strife. It caused her a lot of stress, grief, and definitely paranoia, okay? There was some paranoia, sort of anticipating the next fight, anticipating the next attack, anticipating what's to come here, okay? And definitely reflecting back to when they first met, because it seemed really good. It seemed balanced. It seemed like maybe they were even opposites attract a little bit here, but it seemed balanced. I feel like she had lots of patience for this, okay, because she did believe it was going to develop, and definitely got disappointed, okay? Definitely she's feeling the effects of this, okay, in not a positive way. I really feel like it has left her mentally bruised, mentally shattered. It has taken a lot of her energy away, but she does have this fighter spirit, and she does have the absolute full opportunity to recover from this and be well and be fine again, and be strong, okay? So if this relationship is wrapping up, I would say that this card represents her attitude towards it, sort of being in this position where you're sort of like, you know, it's not going to change, but you know you have to have maybe like one last battle, or you have to have that reserve of strength come out to compete with your Cappy, or end it, or face them, or whatever it is. And if it's over, then this is more like a healing that has to happen, okay? And sort of reflecting back on just the relationship as a whole, and the things that happened, and the experience that you had, and what you take away from the experience, and any lessons that you feel like you have maybe learned, okay? I would feel like there was a little bit of self-healing that needs to happen here, more accomplishments for yourself, not be dependent on a relationship, be dependent solely on you, go out into the world, accomplish what you need to accomplish for yourself, and have patience while doing so, and some healing, okay? That's what I'm feeling like. Now, with our Cappy, I feel like his behaviors were rather delusional, sort of in maybe like a time warp. Okay, I mean time warp, like when you get stuck in time, like you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to expect, you don't know what to choose. I feel like he may have been very confused here in this relationship. Okay, he may have solely been in this partnership to not be alone. Okay, and he may have presented like, oh, this is love and I love you and I want to be with you and I want to do all these things, but he was not mentally prepared or ready. Okay, I feel like there was lots of things going on in his personal life outside of this relationship that he couldn't make decisions or choices. Okay, I also feel like there was some fantasy type thinking going on, and maybe even some drug abuse or drug use or alcoholism or something like that. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there, guys. It does not have to resonate with everybody. I also feel like he could have been seeing other people or talking to other people or trying to incorporate other people into this relationship or get away with it or bring someone else in, and maybe they were just casually dating and he said, well, you know, I'm gonna date and I don't care what you think, you know, that sort of thing, or was hiding it a little bit. I feel like everything and anything that happened here with him was rather unbalanced. Okay, I feel like one day he was okay and upbeat and all of that, and then the next day he was down in the dumps and dreading things and dreadful and all that. Then I feel like he was up again. Okay, there could have been a little bit of mental illness going on here, okay, that maybe she was unaware of, but I'm feeling like there was like this rapid action, like going from one emotion to the next in a rapid action, a rapid motion, if that makes any sense, guys. I'm trying to channel in as best I can here, but I do feel like it was a lot of arguing going on, maybe lack of commitment here, maybe him needing to move on from some things and he just couldn't do it, or he wasn't serious about it. Okay, I feel like he wasn't taking a serious approach with this relationship at all. I feel like he was more like in a fun, and I want to just have fun and I want to just party and I want to just be wild and be who I am, and it definitely wrecked this relationship, or lots of things led up to it just becoming a huge disappointment, and the separation came in, and I feel like he was rather shocked about it when he shouldn't have been, because I do feel like she was very clear with him. So yeah, a lot of struggle, a lot of strife here. So somebody definitely moved on first. I don't know if it was our Capricorn or our Scorpio, but I feel like if anything, he's more like, in the sense, like he doesn't understand what he did wrong, or doesn't know what to do or how to progress this or how to move on with this or how to move on from this. Okay, I feel like he's really stuck. For some reason, he thinks he put in everything he needed to, but I feel like he was self-interest. There was too much self-interest for him, selfish, self-interest. Like, you know, worried about what he was going to get out of it. Okay, not really worried about what she was getting out of it or if her needs were being met out of this. Okay, so I feel like self-interest. I feel like he feels like he had to win all the fights and win all the battles and just win in general in life to even be happy at all. Okay, I do feel like he's too focused on status and what others think of him and the money that he has and the money that he's obtaining and the position that he has in life. You know, instead of being just a worker, he wants to be the CEO. I feel like he's too focused on that to commit to a relationship at this time. And that could be part of all this karmic lesson here, okay? So not knowing truly what he wants out of life. That's up to him to figure that out. That is partially his lesson. I feel like if there's any mental issues, he has to deal with those, or else it's not going to work with anybody else, and he will stay stuck in a cycle and a pattern. I feel like with our Scorpio, she's way too giving, has high hopes for relationships. This could have been a lesson to pay attention to red flags. Okay, when somebody is not giving you what you need or want, don't put your needs aside. Focus on yourself as well. Okay, I'm feeling like a little bit of that could be. Okay, so there's definitely ego involved here. I'm sensing that is more on our Capricorn side. If it's on our Scorpio side, it's only because she wanted to be validated in this relationship, okay? She wanted validation for anything she did for him. If she helped him, if she gave him money, support, anything, she was not validated, okay? So that's where her ego part comes in. Where his ego part comes in is, like I said, he's too focused on status and achieving and being this big man, okay? Too focused on that, and not allowing love to even touch him. He's not even allowing real good love to come in and touch him. He's just sort of taking advantage of it and, throwing it in here with these cups, and it's swirling all around his head like a craziness, okay? And he's not even focusing. He can't focus on anything at this time. But that's where his ego comes in, is needing to have some type of status in life, okay? And communication. I don't feel like he is the best communicator, okay? Or if he does communicate, he does it sort of like maybe backhanded compliments, or not the most honest, or not the nicest, or he talks in riddles, or he talks in mysteries, and it just frustrates her, or frustrated her to the point of she just felt antagonized, okay? And I do feel like he has a little bit of that energy, antagonistic type energy, okay? And could definitely hurt with his words, okay? I also feel like somehow, some way, there's some gossip going on around here about this relationship in a circle somewhere. So I'd be careful who you talk to about it, just to not get any backlash. But yeah, communication was a serious problem here in this relationship. In this karmic partnership, it was definitely an issue. So we're going to talk about why it can't last. It's simply time to put it to rest, okay? It's a time for both of these people to take whatever they can from this experience with each other, good and bad, and take time to release things, to heal things, to let things go, to accept things about themselves and about each other, and to have peace and quiet and calm, and sort of meditate and start spiritual journeys and those sorts of things, so that they can be whole again, okay? I feel like it has left them both in different ways sort of ripped. So this is the time to focus on self, the time to heal, the time to meditate, rest, relax, rejuvenate, renew yourselves, okay? And I do feel like that will help sort of make you both realize, or one or the other that needs this more than the other will realize more watching this reading, that this is what needed to happen. It was time for it to end. It is time for it to end if this is still going on. It can't last because there's growth that has to happen on separate paths, okay? And it seems to me like it's toxic. It was just in a cycle of toxicity, okay? So we're going to get some advice to move on here. The door to personal healing and happiness, okay? So in this time, you are the only one that can open this door, okay? You could either open it with your mind, or maybe it's a physical move, okay? Maybe you have to physically move to do something. Maybe it's changing something in your life, okay? Like if you live together and they moved out, maybe you got to redecorate your whole apartment or house, okay? Or get rid of things that remind you of them, okay? Also could be with just movement in life in general, taking that move on a career move, or a vacation, or something you need to do just for you, okay? But when it comes to this, it's just opening your own door. You are the only one that knows what can make you happy in this time, okay? No card reading is going to tell you that. Only you know deep down what's going to be good for you, okay? So you need to just focus on that. Taking the path, or taking the road, or the doorway to what's truly going to make you happy. Dig deep on this one, guys. Dig deep. Search your soul for this one, okay? Maybe something from 10 years ago you wanted to do and you never did it. Do it now. Okay, maybe you've been afraid, like, to start your own business, or start a new project, or start a new relationship. Don't delay, okay? This time is for you. Go into something that's going to make you truly happy, okay? Because this is the time, this is what's needed, okay? It's going to put you on your spiritual journey. It's going to put you on your path, possibly to meeting your twin, or to reconnecting with your twin, okay? Love you all so much. Thank you so much for your requests. Let me know if you like this video. Don't forget don't forget, I'm sorry, to give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next reading.